Welcome back to another episode of Talking Tarkov. I'm the EarLegAthlete here with,
Hey, Dizzle.
along with a special guest from our community.
Hey there, I'm the Shrexican.
We found this guy at Chuck E. Cheese celebrating his birthday, and we thought to ourselves, we'd make his dreams come true and bring him onto the podcast. But today, we've got 1.0 release date, a new Nikki leak, and plenty more to go over. So let's go ahead and get right into it. We'll start with the Nikki leak like we always do, because, that's the most fun thing to go over most of the time.
Always.
But yeah, with this one, actually, you know what? We're not going to start with the Nikki leak. We're going to start with something a little different because we have some different news this go around. Let's start with the big news of it all. We have the 1.0 release date.
Yep, the actual date, not a guess.
Yeah,
not a leak.
Not a hey, this is the day that will tell you the day. This is the date. You can mark your calendars, take the day off work or the week off work, whatever. But November 15th, 2025, 1.0 full release of Tarkov. Excuse me. But within this picture, there's actually a few other cool things going on, right?
Yeah.
So
gear.
yeah, the night vision are new, as well as the gas mask. I'm pretty sure we don't have that, unless it's just like a recoloring of an old one. But I don't think either
Yeah.
of the two that we have look like that.
No.
Yeah, that's not a GP7. The GP7's the full face one. The GP5 World War era, like
Yeah, it's old.
skin tight mask.
Yeah, it definitely looks new.
But yeah, some green, some new night vision. They're not white phosphorus. They are the green illuminated, and it's just two nods. So I don't know if there was anything in like the upcoming features and all that kind of stuff that mentioned what night vision they were. I know there was talk of like new things coming in, but yeah, I don't think they were specific. So I don't actually know what set this would be.
Those are
A
the
P and V maybe, but
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
the P and V. I know exactly what they are. I looked them up. Hold
Oh,
on.
nice. I was right with the P and V.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a pretty similar design. P and V kind of sticks to their tried and true design modules, so you can kind of tell with the mounting bracket up there.
Right. When I first looked at them, I was like, it looks like two Reap IRs put together.
It
Which
kind of does, yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Reap IRs can be used as nods. Like, I think you can put them and use them as nods. I think they have an adapter and all that, so I thought that's what that was, but it's just the eye cups that have the red
Kinda throw
laps
it
that make
off,
them look
yeah.
it makes them look like the Reap IR.
Yeah, thermal nods would be fun. I don't know if that's something we'll ever get, but, something with a high refresh rate, thermal nod would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to tell, I can't really make it out, but I don't know if that helmet's new or not. I don't think it is, but it could be.
It looks like the black exfil to me.
It does look like the black exfil.
So many helmets look so similar right there on the side, so
You're right.
it could be a lot of different ones.
And then the chest rig is the Stitch Profi, one of my favorite rigs, especially for night operations. I like being all blacked out, which just looks cool. If we have a black gas mask, as well as all the other blacked out items we can rock, I mean, I'm looking more forward to night raids for 1.0. They're already my favorite time, so if I can fully immerse myself in the nighttime operations, I'm all for it. But
I
yeah,
imagine this is just being this one picture showing quite a few new things. It's kind of the idea. Like 1.0 is going to have a lot of new gear, a lot of new weapons, a lot of stuff that we've kind of slowed down on in the past few updates. And I think that's the reason why. It's because everything's being saved for 1.0.
yeah,
Personally, I'm down for just more gas masks and facial customization in general.
Well,
Yeah, I'm sure
there's
we'll see
always
a lot of
been
everything.
yeah, there's always been talk of toxic radiation zones, gassed out areas, stuff like that, with higher tier loot. And like there were always these ideas that were pitched around too. And actually seeing them, consider the idea of adding a new gas mask as well as like put it into the art and everything else. I feel like there's going to be more use for them. Like it's something that we'll, have to deal with more regularly, whether it's players throwing gas or if it's just areas get gassed out at certain times, whatever it may be, or like certain events have it. but anytime we actually get to utilize gear that's in game that we don't actually utilize often, I'm all for it. I think that's a fun aspect of it.
Well, and gas was used in the storyline a lot, like the Tarkov
Yeah,
stories. There was a lot of gas being used, so I would imagine that it's something we'll see more of.
yeah, I think so. But yeah, we got the Tarkov 1.0 release date. There's a little trailer we'll watch. We can go ahead and watch it now, I guess, since we're on the topic of it. Make sure audio is. That's such a good trailer. So a
Yeah,
couple things that I want to point out. Well, first off, like a lot of this stuff we've already seen in several other Talking Tarkovs and Nikki. Well, I guess Nikki Leaks. I did that last time we did this. But we've seen a lot of the stuff in previous Nikki leaks that we've already covered. But seeing it come together and what it's actually used for, like we had ideas, and I think we might have even said at one point, like, "Oh, this might be a 1.0 trailer or something." But for
right.
it actually to come to fruition and like get it so soon after speculating on it, that's always cool. That's always it feels good. But so we saw some poster design like off of this screen here. There's the one with the cabin and stuff. So I feel like, there's probably more to it. And this looks like something like maybe I don't know. I don't know. Now I feel like we could speculate so much harder.
Oh
Maybe this
yeah,
is like depicting the chaos of the event taking place because that kind
Yeah,
of looks like a city in the background and this is like the blue flame stuff, you know what I mean? Like the smoke and everything.
do you want me to tell you what this is? Because it's part of the event that's
Yeah, it is part of the event stuff, but there's still posters that were made and they've been ready for a while. So
Oh,
it's like
that's what you're talking about.
yeah, just like
yeah,
speculating inside of like what the posters are actually leading and pointing towards, you know what I mean? Because like it's always cryptic shit. And this close to 1.0, nothing's off the realm of possibility. So it's like, you can just grab a hold of something and run with it. But we get a really clean image of this, whatever the fuck this was. And I think I understand the picture now.
yeah,
This
yeah. Because
is
we've seen
the
it
EMP
before, and
going
trying to
off.
guess.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was like a really like
It's the
scrungy
blue
picture. You couldn't
flame.
really make it out. Yeah, so this is like the blue flame EMP exploding in ground zero. This is like ground zero through here. You know how we
yeah.
were like, is that trash? Is it cars? Is it fucking what
I
is
was gonna
that?
say
Like rocks
we
or
also
like
guessed that it was the blue
the
flame.
blue
Like,
flame? Yeah, we did.
yeah, because we could see the clouds, we could see like the structures, and we could see like the people looking up.
We just
But
couldn't
it was
make
like,
this out too well, and we couldn't make out like what was
yeah,
around it. Yeah, because like this almost looked like a satellite in the other image that we seen.
yeah,
Like you could just kind of make out like the roundness of it and the pointed tip. But yeah, this is cool. This is like the EMP launching, the blue flame going off on ground zero. And it's the same art as those posters. That's why I was thinking like the previous one kind of depicts this, taking place just in a different area. Um, then you get like the first official look at the date, right? 11/15. That might have been it. I
I
think the
do,
poster that we saw in the last one was a different one. But
I
yeah,
do also just want to throw out appreciation for the fact that BSG has fantastic cinematics, fantastic.
dude, they always have since the Raid movie, like that they first came out with, and then everything leading up to this point. They've always done a really, really good job about keeping like that in-universe cinematic stuff just extremely sharp and well done.
And like Chronicles are Rizzy, man, too. Chronicles is so good.
Yeah, I love the Chronicle
yeah.
stuff. I'm waiting for more.
I mean,
I
on par with movie studios, some of the things they've done. Like,
yeah,
they could be an actual film studio and not a game studio.
Yeah, they're insane. They do a really wonderful job with all of it. I was kind of expecting more Chronicles of Rizzy stuff to come out before 1.0, so I don't know. There's still a chance, I guess, right? Like that something comes of it, but we might not get any more Rizzy until after 1.0. I didn't really think that was a possibility, but we're only 2 months away, so I mean,
I think all that's going to also tie in, and I think it's going to be like, if not the like finale of those stories, it's going to be like big steps. So I think they're just waiting. It's like wait until they can show it and not spoil anything. At least that's
that
what
would
it
make sense.
seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would make the
because
most
we
sense.
they were so consistent on it, and then as of late, where it's just like we haven't got much. So that's the only thing that really explains it. I mean,
When
it could also be that they're just putting everything on hold until everything gets released, focusing on 1.0, and then branching back off into all that afterwards.
That's also very possible. Where was it that we
Yeah,
had left off with the Rizzy stuff? Do you remember? Do either of you
I
remember?
don't even remember. No.
Was it leaving, like, when the Caban and Kalante had gotten together and they were leaving the cultist area? No, there was one after that, wasn't there?
Yeah, I really don't remember.
Oh, it's been a while since I've watched. Someone in the comment section regale us and tell us where they're at. It's been a while, but yeah, I can't remember what Rizzy's up to. I'm sure he's. Oh wait, no, because they went to like lab and everything else, and then I think Den dying was the last episode, right? Or, quote unquote dying.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and them trying to like plot the whole thing. I think somebody had gotten with them or something. But yeah, wherever we're at in the story of Rizzy, we feel like he was getting relatively close to finding his dad, or at least leading something towards getting some sort of answer. It felt like that dramatic buildup was taking place, so we might be
Well,
seeing something along those lines.
and then they tied in like that new room on Labs, which had Rizzy's dad's name in there.
Yeah, with the picture
Or
and
what?
everything from the event.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It was like his rest area or something while he's being tested because they were running a bunch of tests and things on him. And we still don't know what Terra
Right.
Group does down there. We know they're like somehow involved with cultists, but and like some testing of some sort. And they're probably pretty responsible for the blue flame scenario that takes place, right? I think
Yeah,
we've put
absolutely.
that
I
much
mean, you
together.
would think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real quick, those uh those nods are called L3 Harris AN/PVS 31As
Oh, they weren't
from the poster.
P&Vs.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking PVS, but yeah, PVS 31A.
I thought they were Russian. L3 Harris, nice. We have a few lasers and stuff from L3 Harris, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the quad nods we have in game are L3 Harris.
Yeah, they
they
are. I'm
are,
pretty sure.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I lost my train
These
of thought there. What the fuck was it?
these do
Um,
have an IR toggle on them. So I don't know if that's saying there's multiple modes because all it says is IR on off, and then there's another
on
thing I can't
the
really read
on the
on the cap.
NVGs.
Yeah, yeah,
Ooh, that would be cool. I don't know if we'd get the functionality in game, but
yeah,
that would
yeah.
be
That's
cool.
what I'm not sure. Yeah,
That
but
would be really
anyways, yeah.
cool.
Sorry, just wanted to throw that out there because I had to look to find where I seen that.
Yeah, I'm glad you did because I was thinking they were PNV, and it's kind of nice to know they're L3 Harris. Like that's
Yeah,
interesting. Um, but yeah, those are new, and that gas mask is new. But yeah, we'll move on to the talking Tarkov or Jesus to the Nikki leak. Yeah, damn it. There was something I was getting ready to say and I can't remember what it was. It's gonna drive me nuts now. I hate when that happens. It's the worst.
yeah.
It was a question for Shreks and I can't remember what it was. But yeah, we'll move on to the Nikki leak. If it comes up, I'll ask him.
It's his birthday, anyways. He doesn't need questions.
So we got another look at is that an AK-12 with an underbarrel grenade launcher?
Yeah,
Looks like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's either AK-12 or the RPK, one of the two.
Unless it's one of the new AKs that aren't in yet.
The handguard definitely looks like it's in the AK-12 family.
Yeah. Maybe showing that they had fixed other stuff. Okay, here is this a map rework of Lighthouse? Or do I have my this is not. This is wintertime.
That's
I
Yeah,
couldn't
that was customs.
this is wintertime at customs.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a scav or
Or no,
PC or something down there.
wait a minute. That's not customs.
Yeah,
You
that's
Yeah,
sure?
it is. Yeah, it is. Okay,
the
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
scaffolding.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the
I
new
was looking to
building.
the right, and I was thinking that the building was too low, but it's just the way the pictures look
That's where
lame.
you stash the DVL for
Yeah.
Ragman.
It is. Which I mean, this may
Okay.
be this actually
It
this
might
is
be
reserve.
reserve.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
reserve. I saw like this area here and was thinking
Well,
it's like
it
on the
it looks
way
like the
to
road.
the
Yeah, it
road,
looks like the
yeah.
road.
And
Yeah,
that's
it
the
does.
dome all the way over there.
Yeah.
Which if we're looking at path to shorelines just to the right.
Yeah, that looks like one of the pits that you can find like the tanks in.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
on
kind of
like
what
the
I was thinking. Yeah,
hillsides
like
on the
right here.
bunkers. It looks
Yeah,
like one of the
yeah.
pits.
But this
Because
also
those buildings on the right side right there, is that like one of the night buildings or one of the barracks, maybe?
this right here, I was thinking if this is reserved, this is probably one of the towers that you can get up in. This
Yeah, right by the
would
vents.
be some barracks, but that layout's not quite right. I guess it depends where we're standing. I don't know because the massively tall rock to the left isn't. I don't know. It depends. Like if you are, you would have to be over by where train
Looks
yard
like the
is
hole in the
now.
fence extract. Like,
Does it look
no,
that
it's
far
not.
over? Like
No,
it would
no,
have
it's
to be
not.
over
It's
by the
not.
left
No.
side of the
It's
map, right? The
yeah,
back
you're right.
I
It's
left.
think
not.
this is over by train yard
It would have to be, but there's
where the
no
bunker.
depots. There's no bunkers there like that.
We'll
Not for
say I
this
don't think that could
angle.
be
Not for
train
this
yard.
angle. That's the thing. For this specific angle, the way it's looking, unless we're on top of the hill, like where bunker is below us. But even then, this rock and this they don't line up like that. I think that looks really far off too, in my opinion.
Yeah, and there's more than one dome. Um,
I was thinking the
like
one
there's
by
domes.
shoreline. This is
Yeah,
giving
as I
me
said, there's
lighthouse
domes.
vibes because we know there's a rework coming.
Yeah, yeah. I'd have to look in game now and see
I
I
know. I
think
kind of
this
where
want to
is
go to
exactly.
reserve
reserve.
and check.
I think I know exactly where this is on reserve.
I want a screenshot of this by morning. God damn it! No. Yeah. I don't
Like,
know.
I'll load into reserve right now.
It could be reserve. It really could. It has the look of reserve, but the dome is so far off. The rock and this stuff doesn't really seem to line up like that. There should be more buildings in between us here and there if we're looking towards dome that way and still seeing that rock. I just don't see this as reserve. I think this is lighthouse rework. I might be wrong. Could very well be wrong. But this doesn't feel right for reserve. Because we're missing like the hospital, the schoolhouse, the other barrack.
Well, I don't think this is over there. I think this is over in like the bunker areas by train depot behind the knights. You know that field behind the night buildings across from the train depot? I think it's there.
The right side,
Yeah, because
like where the towers are, and it goes
I think
around.
that building directly in front on the right side of that picture, I think that's night. That's one of the night buildings.
Maybe? I thought there were more trees back there. I don't know. We'll have to look and see. But yeah, who knows? This also could just all be like a quick look at each map as they pan through for like a 1.0 trailer or something. Then we have another rendering of Ragman, I assume for his in-game stuff,
Yeah,
right?
in game Ragman.
Yeah. So that's cool, knowing he's on his way in too. Terrifying look right there, by the way. That is horrendously scary. That's a terrifying fucking face.
3D model, no texture.
I believe this was just more stuff from the trailer that we already saw.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I thought we seen that exact thing
Yeah.
before.
And then more sound mixing stuff. This is cool. This is cool.
Yeah,
This
this is the
is
new Model
the
M4.
yeah, the CG one. I like it. NL15. Oh, MOE. Okay.
Wait a
Interesting
minute.
choice for the grip there too, for the foregrip.
The scope.
Yeah, what is that?
That's the hollow, I think, with the
Uh,
magnifier.
I think it's different though. I think it's a new one.
yeah, I don't know if that's the HHS
Yeah, that's
one.
a different one. That's a different one. Yeah, that's just a hollow, or that's just a magnifier behind the scope we already have. Which they said there was gonna be modifiers, so that would make sense. And this might not even be stuff we're getting in game. This could just be a personal gun.
Right, just showing some of it. I don't know. All the other
Yeah,
parts are in game outside of the upper and lower and receiver and stuff like that. That's
right.
new to that gun specifically. But the mag, the foregrip, the pistol grip, this optic. We will have to look and see, but I think that is a new magnifier, which we do know we are getting new magnifiers and stuff.
Right. It says Unity on the side. Oh yeah, that's 100% new. Yeah, that's
And
definitely
that
new.
Yep.
Now
doesn't
that I get
have
a
the
closer
same
look.
layout of the HHS one either.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Nice.
got the arm to fold it completely over.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
cool.
pretty cool. Another look at I have no idea actually.
Those are couches
Is
near a
this the
hole in the wall.
ship? This can't be the ship.
Mm.
It's like tile.
Yeah, I think this is something like kind of like the bathrooms on Factory. Definitely not the bathrooms on Factory, but something similar to that. Something that's like had some
Factory
more,
gets a
which why it's
second
got a hole in the
rework.
wall.
Please don't.
I'd lose it. Yeah, I don't know where this could be or what this could be, but that's definitely an external building, maybe. Like, is it just different ways in and out? Obviously, there's
This could
doors there.
be reserve. I mean,
Reserve is supposedly getting a rework, also.
or is this showing like some actual destruction? Like, because destruction was coming to the game for a while.
Yeah, like you could plant C4 and stuff.
Yeah.
Does any of
Okay,
this
here's the
add up?
second look.
Yeah, do you
That's
get
the same. That's the same spot.
it's the same spot,
It's your
but
two
a
couches.
little bit more view? Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the couch they put me on for the casting couch.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, I don't know.
What's
Maybe
is
showing
that?
destruction, maybe in an arena map even. You know what I mean? They do that a lot.
What's on that other couch? Is it just highlighted or something? I can't make it out.
Maybe he's got like a cursor over it or something.
Like, yeah. Some. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, the
Some
sphere
kind of
selection.
yeah. Yeah, I don't
Go
know
back
where
to the
that
first one. Okay, so it's got sunlight coming through. You can see the
yeah,
shadows. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's weird.
it doesn't look like anything we have in game currently. Like
No,
any
no, I don't.
location, not that I
It
can
does
think
not look
of.
recognizable. Like,
Maybe somewhere on streets for the double doors, the double doors, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But I don't
I
know
don't know.
anywhere with double doors, so who knows? Could be arena, could be lighthouse, rework, reserve, rework stuff. It could be fucking additions to Ground Zero. Who
Could
knows?
be
They're
hideout.
doing so much extra stuff right now. It could actually be hideout. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Wait, what? No. I mean, I guess if they change the layout entirely, right? Like, who knows?
Well, I didn't, they're adding
Um,
so much to it. Like, who knows?
so was this? I think this was memeing on the fact that rogues were taking the AGSs and aiming them essentially anywhere they wanted to.
Yeah, that was an
Yeah.
issue. They were aiming where they weren't supposed to, and you could see
But
his leg is inside like
Bro,
the
look at the
yeah,
wall.
arm, dude.
yeah.
The
Watch his arm.
arm.
Yeah. It's just gone now.
This
It's
man's not
inverted.
just. This is going beyond double jointed.
Yeah. It's quadruple jointed. But yeah, that's it's all snow stuff too. I guess winter is going to be here when 1.0 hits, so it makes sense.
Right.
Here's
Everything
a
they've been
reverse
messing with.
explosion.
Which did they drop the fall season?
Yeah, it falls out right
Yes.
now. It looks gorgeous too,
Okay.
by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm loving
Woods
it. I
is
had to bounce my
beautiful
collar
right
because it
now.
was all fucked up, but Yeah, woods and shoreline, dude, they look phenomenal. I've gotten some really good
It,
screenshots. In fact, I can show you one because it's not got my
it
penis
came
in
with
it.
16.9. Yeah, I thought it did, but I haven't played hardly at all.
I need to go to Shoreline, see what that looks like on fall. I haven't been there yet.
Here's woods sitting up on the left side of Sniper Rock. Dude, when you pull your knife out, right? And then I take my knife out or off and put it in my backpack, and then I can take the screenshot.
What are you showing it on?
Discord. I'm screenshot. Oh wait, no, I'm not on that. Sorry. There we
There
go.
we go. Oh yeah.
So whenever now you have your gun on, you pull your knife out, you put your knife in your backpack, and typically you just have your free hands out, right? You just got two hands, they're open, there's nothing in them, you don't grab your gun. Now, as soon as you put your knife away, like in your backpack, it automatically
Grab
pulls
a
your
gun.
gun out. Yeah, so I'm having a hard time getting good quality screenshots. Here's one on Shoreline yesterday. Just a nice, like the sky looks great. It's all orange. There's these yellows and browns and
Yeah.
greens, all this stuff blending together. Granted, I can't see it properly, but I can see there's a lot of color. Yeah, dude, I'm loving it. I'm a screenshot aficionado. I'm addicted to the shits.
Well, I
And
was. Oh yeah, that looks good. I
Yeah,
the
was
it's
tan man
gorgeous.
playing.
drip's going to be coming back too.
What
Yeah,
was
it
I
is.
playing? I was playing Streets, and I was over by um the extract. I can't remember the name of the extract. Over by the extract by the arch. Never mind, I can't think of the name of it. But anyways, over there, there's some trees, but that's like the only trees that you really see. So I couldn't really tell. I was like, I don't know if this is fall or not, but I thought they did say it was putting fall in. I just haven't played any green maps.
Yeah, it's not too noticeable on other maps. Um,
Well, if you remember, they divided it into early fall and late fall.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so it's like hopefully as it goes, it's gonna get more noticeable.
Well, yeah, the grass still has to start to die off. You know how like
Right.
as we got into
Spring
it
did the same
last
thing.
year. Yeah,
Yeah.
or last spring, I guess. Yeah, it's just, the winter faded out. The grass was all dead, and it was just like more barren and empty, and the bushes and leaves were all gone. And then it slowly comes in. I imagine it'll do the same for fall into winter. So that's gonna
Do
be
you
pretty cool.
remember how they first introduced seasons a while back? They did the Tarkov TV, and as the Tarkov TV was going on, snow started falling
Yeah, yeah, dude,
in
that was
raid,
so
just all of a
fucking
sudden,
cool. It was
and
out of nowhere.
it went from normal your normal Tarkov look, which was always just summer. It went from full summer to snowing and snow
Yeah,
covering all the streets within the raid you was in. It's like it
it
was
was
so cool.
insane. It was really cool. We were
Yeah.
really lucky to be in raid at that time and catching
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. We were
We
running
literally
scavs
were
and we
just
were
running scavs. Yeah,
yeah, we were watching. We was ready for the Tarkov TV. Was getting ready to watch it because we knew
yeah,
announcements were coming, and then all of a sudden it just started snowing.
yeah. It was so cool. It was really cool. It was awesome. I wish I still had footage of that because it was.
I think I do
You'll probably never
somewhere. I
see it like
saved it.
that again. It literally went from summertime to you would still hear some
Yeah,
birds, but the snow was falling, and then the birds would die out, and it just like started getting wider and wider and covering. It was so cool. It was really cool.
the only time we've
Unfortunately,
got to
they'll never do it like
see
that again.
the season change in raid, like that's the only time
Yeah.
we've ever got to see it actually happen like that. Because now it always happens with an update.
Yep. The next thing I wanted to bring up was Nikita had posted with the Nikki leak. He said, "Guys, what do you want to test in the last wipe before release?" And before we get into too much of what everybody else has said, what do you guys think would be some good changes or good things that you would like to see brought back or changed entirely, or just like different systems or like anything within reason that you would like to see BSG change with Tarkov before this wipe ends and we start 1.0?
I'm not huge on the going backwards and taking it back to old school Tarkov as everyone else is. I
Okay.
think more or less what they should do is since we had the bug where everybody was farming their skills, give everybody max skills,
Yep.
give everybody maximum money, or just make traders zero, make everything free. If people want to go nuts, then go nuts with what we have in the game. Don't change the game itself. Like, I understand people have that nostalgia and they want to go back to early Tarkov, but I just feel like we're too far in what Tarkov has become to just
Change it all
turn
back
it
to what it
off.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like honestly, it's like you could do it, but I don't think it'd be as fun as people think.
Well,
Like
and
it's improved so much. But yeah,
looking
I
at it
think just make
realistically
it
too,
fun,
it's
give everybody everything.
like you had said earlier, I think hadn't talked about it on camera yet or on recording yet, but like you were saying, is that you're gonna go back to this time before when Tarkov was actually sure it was fun, and nostalgia tells us it was even more fun than we remember, but it was also rough. It was very rough,
Yeah, it was
and
janky.
I don't know if it's possible for them to just revert some changes and not all changes, and just like dial this
It
back and dial
wasn't
that back
fun.
and things like that. But it was like there was a lot of stuff that we had to overcome and conquer to enjoy that time of Tarkov.
Well, the constant jiggle peeking and the constant people just running all the time, jumping all the time, like, you couldn't shoot somebody because they could just, like, move like crazy, and people who had that movement down could just, like, run through a
Abuse it,
building
yeah.
and not be touched. Yeah, and it was frustrating, and when you get killed by that 10 times in a row, people are gonna be like, "Okay, yeah, take it back, like, I don't wanna do this." It's not fun, and especially when you've been doing the opposite for so long. Like I said, I'm okay if they do it. I'm not like, "Oh, no, don't do it," but it's like,
Right.
I just don't feel like it's something that's gonna be well accepted, like, after it's been so long since we got away from that. Because if you take the weight limit away and you take the inertia away completely, it's just
Yeah.
such a different feeling. It's such a different game. Because then you're gonna mess with the recoil. It's gonna mess with the aiming. Like Tarkov
Everything
systems
changes.
all play
Right.
into each other. Yeah,
Right.
and I don't think BSG is willing to go backwards on that because yeah, they can just put an old build out, but even that, there's server issues that go along with it because when you move so fast, it lags the server out and people desync. Like, there's just so much that goes along with it. So many technical issues that come from it. And the people talking about, put unlimited like loot back on the maps and be able to bring cases full of shit in. Like, once again, that's server side stuff that just it messes the servers up. It's more information the servers have to send.
Yeah, I don't see
It's
them
like
ever reverting on the unlimited backpack stacking. I think that's gone
yeah,
forever. That's
that
quality
stuff
of
just
life that actually makes a difference.
yeah, a lot of that stuff wasn't taken away because BSG wanted to, punish
Dial
people.
back
It was
our
taken away
fun. Yeah.
because yeah, it was taken away because it had to be, because it was causing issues. So it's like stuff like that, I just don't see them going backwards on. That's gonna be torturing their engine that they've improved. It just doesn't seem like they're gonna do that.
Yeah. And for
Yeah,
the amount of people go ahead.
from a newer player's perspective, I just hit about 1,000 hours, most of which has
Newbie.
been on most of which has been on. Um, Personally, I'm a fan of inertia. I've
Same.
seen older videos without inertia, and when you're talking about a game like this that prides itself on realism and prides itself on being tactical and not just be, Call of Duty shooter, I think
Right.
inertia feeds in a lot. Like if you're
It does.
carrying 80 pounds of, you should feel like carrying
Right.
80 pounds of gear.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. I
No,
totally
yeah.
agree. I've
Totally
I've
agree.
played both versions. I played the no inertia version, and yeah, it's fun when you're the person just running and you don't have to worry about what you have and you're not sluggish and you can stop and just ADS and like it's fun, but it's only fun for those couple seconds. It's like, and then you realize, oh shoot, this is not real at all. Like this is just
Yeah, it's just another
it
arcade
feels like
shooter.
you're playing, yeah, any arcade game, and
Yeah.
actually, it was even worse. It was even worse than, like, Call of Duty and Battlefield and, like because even they have some, like, weight. Like,
Grounded.
you
Yeah.
every player has a little bit of weight. Tarkov, for a long time, you had no weight. Like, you literally had no weight. You were light as a feather. You
Yeah,
could
no
just
matter what you
jump and jump
had.
and jump, bunny hop over and over and over. Like, it was ridiculous, and I just I don't understand why people act like those were the days. Because man, I hated it.
I think they just misremember it, remember it as this over glorified thing. We haven't had it for
Well,
a very long time. Like no inertia's been gone for a while, and I think people just blame a lot of the issues that they have with the game on. Oh well, it was
well,
better back then. It was this back
some
then.
people
At
did
least we
love
could do
it.
this. Absolutely,
You
and
had
you
your
could abuse
few.
that movement, like, that movement
Yeah,
was
yeah.
completely cracked, it was
People had
broken.
it down.
But
People had it
let's
down,
talk
and they were
about
mad. They had to relearn something, so it's
yeah,
like, I
that's
get that
true,
part.
right. You're essentially gonna have to relearn no inertia because you're not used to it, like, sure, you just spam, but at the same time,
Yeah,
like, there's some technique to it, you gotta learn the tech.
that's the only thing I feel like they won't do any core changes because it's like we're getting ready to transition to 1.0, and I just feel like at this time in the game's life, it would almost be detrimental to the servers, the game, the player base. It would just reverting things like that, I feel like just it's not good.
Yeah,
Now, unlocking traders, unlocking items to buy, giving things away,
max
letting people mess with
skills,
whatever they want. Yeah,
everything's on
letting people feel
sale,
what it's
yeah,
like to have max skills. That's different because that's what's in the game now. That's what's going to be in the game. That can let them test other things too without having to be like, we can't use any of this data because we're changing everything. Because that's
right.
another thing. If they do something like that, they can't use any of that data because if they throw no inertia back in, nothing's going to be
Yeah,
relevant
everything's
to,
different at that point, yeah.
yeah. So it's like, as long as they keep it similar and they just unlock everything, they can still use all that. It's still useful data. It's still the game. People aren't going to be, you know, surprised when 1.0 hits and they're back to normal sluggish Tarkov where you have weight and it's just not going to be such a shock. But if they do it, more power to them. I'm curious to see how it goes.
Well, let me ask you both, where do you think that the cheating issue would be if we returned no inertia, unlimited, cases in marked rooms, crazy loot everywhere? Do you think things would progressively get worse and worse to a point like they know they can make money because everybody wants those items? Or do you think it would just be about where we're at now, which actually isn't all that bad?
For me, I think a lot of the cheating issue comes from how large the player base is in general, because a lot of like during this hardcore wipe situation where a lot of the casual player base and a lot of people, there are a bunch of comments about how the cheating is worse than ever. When in reality, it probably isn't. It's
It
probably
definitely
about the
is
same
not.
as it's always been,
It's much
if not a
better
little
than it
bit
used to
less.
be, dude. It's much better than it used to be. I could, like,
Yeah.
legitimately say it is much better than it used to be.
Right, but I feel like people are running into, sorry, my mic's a little buggy. Running into more because there's less general. So
Yeah,
you're
you're
Yeah.
right.
encountering more
Yeah, you're right.
cheaters
You're right. The
than you
more
would
players,
normally.
the more reason there is, for people to be carrying people and, paying for hacks or paying for people to go in and get them this and that. You got more competition, more people trying to get there. You're right. The more people, obviously, the more cheaters and the more prevalent it's going to seem because more people are talking about it.
But yeah, so I think that like if we were going to go to like, no fleet restrictions, loot everywhere, traders are selling all their items for 1 rupee piece. I think that arguably we may see an influx of players come in, but we're also going to see an even larger influx of the casual player base coming in and returning players coming back. And I don't think
Right.
it's going to affect the situation thing. I think regular players returning to the game, then we are going to get, a cheating issue. So I think it would actually make the situation a little bit better overall.
Yeah. I think they would be less. And the only reason why is because everybody's going into this last segment knowing in 2 months and like 20 days we're getting
Yeah.
1.0. So most people aren't going to be willing to spend money to get a leg up or to get this and that knowing it's going to be wiped, in
Well, and
2 months.
assuming that the hardcore wipe is, wrapped up and done and over with in the next 20 or so days, roughly, to a month, I'd say. It's a pretty short time frame of this unlimited or at least unrestricted time of Tarkov before 1.0. So yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
my thoughts too. Is like I don't think it's gonna get any worse.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything they could do right now that would change anything. I think the people that are playing right now are gonna be the people that continue to play no matter there might be a few that come back, but usually this late in a wipe, you don't gain or
Yeah,
lose too many.
yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same people sticking with it.
Your
If they've stuck through
grinders.
this long, they're gonna keep it. If they haven't, they're not coming back. Now everybody does come back for crazy events. So yeah, if they do some stuff like that where they do make everything unlimited and like you can get whatever you want. That will bring back a few, but people also don't play that kind of Tarkov competitively because everybody knows that you can just do whatever
Yeah,
you
it's just a
want. You can get
joke.
whatever
Yeah,
you want. Yeah, so people play for a couple days and then they start playing something else till wipe hits. Like that's usually what happens.
that does tend to happen. You see spikes in the player base and it drops
Right.
off again.
Well, and it
Um,
depends how they do it. If they gradually start increasing like crazy stuff that you can do, then I think that would attract more people than just doing everything at once, like overload, like everybody can do whatever. If they just next week they bring back flea market for everybody, and then the next week they do back you can sell anything on the flea, and then the next week they do everything's 0 rubles or everything's 1 ruble. Like if they slowly do it, like that would obviously keep people playing, I think, more than just dropping everything. So depending on how they do it, I think could affect that. But cheating wise, we were talking about it earlier. It's like I've honestly ran into probably in the last 3 years, I've ran into as many cheaters as I ran into the first year I played Tarkov. Like it really has died down, and not just this wipe. I'm talking the last 3 wipes. Like so, not just saying the hardcore wipe because that did cause a small play out or a drop off in numbers. But even when we had the big, huge wipes that everybody was playing, I still really didn't see near as many cheaters as I did before. So stuff is working. And we've seen streamers that have or content creators that have released videos about them getting banned and them getting hardware banned. And it's like, so that is happening to people. So the ones who said nothing's going on, like they're not banning people, they definitely are. And I think
right.
that's starting to show, and people don't really notice it. But someone like me who's played, 7, 8, 9 wipes, I don't know how many, like I can notice it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's like when you played through it for so many wipes, with it being this kind of Wild West, essentially. Tarkov didn't have much of an anti cheat really going for it for a long time. And while it did have an anti cheat, it just wasn't a good one, or at least it wasn't, it wasn't keeping up with what they were doing. So we were seeing just like this crazy amount of rage cheating, not just like how we have what I guess I would call a bunch of closeted cheating now, with just like, oh, I just run radar, I just run walls, I just do the bare minimum, so I'm not getting caught, but I can get away with looking cool. That kind of stuff. I think that's still going to be a thing because like DMA is always going to be an issue. It's essentially untraceable. Like we've gotten into the whole cheating conversation before, and I'm not going to go in depth into on it now either. But I just think that BSG has gotten the any cheat without it being at kernel level, as it probably about as ironed out as it could get, to the point that we're seeing pretty consistently the amount of cheaters banned over time just like kind of drops off on itself over and over. Like we haven't seen like 30,000 banned and then like another 30,000. It was like, a shit ton, and then it gradually has been dropping down to just recently we only had 2,700 banned, and people are like, only 2,700, and it's like it's pretty solid considering where we were, a year ago for the amount of numbers that were getting banned. Like, so it's there's
Well,
definitely action
then
being taken in the right or steps being taken in the right direction.
I think a big part of that also was the Unity updates, where every time they've got to update the engine, that's also helped with their back end holes that people could always find ways to cheat. It's like a lot of that stuff's been patched with the later Unities. And now being on Unity 2022, they've said before they got there that once they got to 2022, it was going to be a pretty big difference as far as, updates, as far as security,
Tools and
just,
yeah.
yeah, a lot of stuff that was old and they couldn't patch and there was no way to do anything. You had to actually update the Unity version, and for so long we were waiting on that, and we finally got it. And I think that's actually showing. Like you can tell, it's definitely different. It's harder to
Shrek.
cheat.
It is
Yep.
harder to cheat. It's harder to get away with the run of the mill cheats. It's almost impossible to get away with those. Um, Shreks, how many wipes? How many PvP wipes have you gone through?
I have been playing this one, the hardcore wipe, and I played about half. I joined about halfway through the last one. So I'm like,
Have you ever ran into someone like a blatant cheater who like potentially maybe speed hacking, fly hacking, runs right to where you are, and so like even though you haven't made a noise or done it, like have you ran into
No,
anything that's so blatantly
the
obvious?
no, the only situations that I've gone in where I've been like, this guy might be a little bit suspicious. There was that one raid where I was doing setup with you, and that guy by Big Red just like knew where all of us are.
Yeah, that was odd.
That was the only real, like, genuine situation where I was like, this guy might be cheating. But in regular Tarkov, no, I've never run to, a rage cheater or anyone just blatantly.
Fair.
Yeah,
That's
I
that
remember
seems that seems about
going on
right.
interchange. Interchange used to be so bad because everybody was rushing Killa. It was so bad because Killa. The reason was is Killa was always an easy way to get red key cards and stuff, and that's back in the day when red key cards sold for
Well, had unlimited
80
uses.
mil, 100 mil. Yeah, on the flea market, you're getting 100 mil, 200 mil. Like, it was crazy prices. And everybody would rush Killa, and you would see people that would just be like fly hacking, that they'd just be flying through the air, flying through the wall, going straight into the mall and like right through everything and just kill everything inside. Everything. Like, then you had other people who would just loot everything. Like, as soon as the match would start,
Vacuum
everything was
hacking
empty.
and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was like
Dude,
there
vacuum
used to be
hacking was so
such
bad.
crazy cheats, and it's like I have in the last 3 wipes, maybe more, I just have not seen hardly any of that.
And say I always
And
reference about 3 wipes back, and I think about the same thing. I think it's compared to what we'd seen in the past, it
yeah,
seems like at least the more blatantly obvious and like just rage bait type shit. Like that stuff has
right, right.
gotten
And
cleaned
that's
up tenfold. Like it's so much better.
yeah, that's all I'm talking about. I'm talking about the specific, like
The
over the
obvious,
top,
blatant,
obvious,
yeah.
yeah.
Do you
Because
remember
as we know,
the
there's
customs
definitely
raid
still cheaters.
where the guy
Oh
killed
yeah,
everybody and was just like,
yeah.
"Hey, I can kill you or not. I mean, here's all this
Yeah, he killed
stuff," and
you,
just
and I'm
gives
sitting
you all
there
kinds
trying
of
to loot
shit.
your
Yeah,
yeah, I'm trying to
that
loot
was
your body, and there's people fighting all around me. He kills everybody around me and then just walks down to the bush I'm hiding in, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "You gonna talk to me or not?" He's like, "I could kill you right now." He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "You killed my friend." He's like, "You want his stuff back?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, you can have it." He's like, "As a matter of fact," he's like, "You can kill me and take all my stuff too." He said, "I had a task." He said, "I got it done." He said, "No one else is in the raid. I already killed everybody." I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "What mission do you need? Do you need anything?" I was like, Shooter Born in Heaven."
Airborne.
He's like, "I'll run back 100 yards." 'Cause when you had to have 100 yards headshots. He's like,
Yeah.
"I'll run back 100 yards." He's like, "And then just shoot me." I'm like, "Okay."
They let him
That
kill
was a
you.
crazy raid. Yeah.
Yeah, for a
And then I
while the
got
dude
all
was
the
like
loot.
talking like he wasn't trying to cheat or like I don't know. It was weird because he was like, "Oh, I was just doing a task. I was just doing a task. I got thermals. I
Yeah.
got thermals. I'm doing a task." But then
Yeah,
it
he
was like
tried to act
very
like he wasn't
obvious that he
cheating.
was cheating. Yeah, it was so weird.
Yeah, because then he told me, he's like, "There's no one left in raid." I'm like, "How do you know that?" He's like, "Oh," he's like, "I killed everybody." I was like, "You knew where everyone was?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I knew where everyone was."
I'm a knower.
And then I
But that was
kinda tried to talk to him about it, but, like, he was being so, like he was kinda acting like he was in a hurry, so it was like I really couldn't sit and talk to him, but I got that all recorded somewhere too. I need to find it.
yeah. But that was about 3 wipes ago, maybe 4.
Oh, that's on our YouTube channel, our old YouTube channel.
It is, yeah, part of it,
That
yeah.
video is there, yeah.
Yeah. And then do you guys remember Stretch, you might not have been playing at this point, but do you guys remember the floor hack there for a while where
Oh, yeah.
you would drop like it was like you would lay down and like melee or kick or something and you could like go under the floor and you would just float around and just kill everybody and do anything you wanted? And then there was that guy on Labs. I don't know what hack it was, but he was like dropping grenades through the floor on me. But yeah, it used to be so wild, and now
Do you
you just
remember
run into like really
when
suspect players with crazy high KDs. Like, there's obviously still cheaters, and there's obviously still people out there that are through just insane. But yeah,
do you remember when people would float around, like, they'd have, like, one leg up and one leg down, and they would kinda just float around on the
yeah,
floor, and you could kill them by shooting them in the leg?
you had to shoot him in the
Like
leg. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it was so wild. But yeah, dude,
yeah.
they would run around like that, and then they would all usually be running vacuum hacks and like just go near doors and like rooms and stuff and just suck everything in and then they got to the point where they wouldn't even have to leave spawn. They would just, like, spawn in,
Yeah, if they
vacuum
was
hack
in the
everything,
raid, they
like, suck
found everything.
everything in, drop what they didn't want, take the GPUs, LEDXs, this, that, and the other, and then fucking just out. It was dude, it was insane. It was insane. But
Well,
did
it's
you
like
play for
we
any of that?
definitely Shrexka, did you ever see any of that?
I did not.
Oh, man, you're
Which makes
lucky.
sense, you know. He makes
Yeah,
sense because he just
yeah,
started
he's only
playing
been about a
last couple
wipe and a
wipes.
half. Yeah,
Yeah.
wipe, yeah.
Um, but it's like there's just there's always been these crazy hacks that got really popular, and you would see it like you couldn't help it. You would eventually see it, and it was so normal that it's like you didn't have to play a lot, but you would definitely run into somebody doing it.
Yeah, it was not uncommon to run into some sort of blatantly obvious hacks.
But
But
even
yeah,
now, it's like this wipe. I think I haven't played a ton. I think I'm only like level 22, but I know of two hackers that I can pretty much say for sure. And one of them was on factory. He was killing everybody, and I'm just trying to do a task. Of course, I'm way over by myself, leaving him alone because I already have a feeling that he's cheating. So I'm trying to stay as far away from him as I can, get my stuff done. And what do you know? He just walks right to where I am, just peeks the corner and headshots me. Like I didn't give any sound signals. I didn't give any I wasn't shooting anything. Like he had no reason to know where I was. And I was like, okay, that's a hacker. Like
yeah,
I can say
that's
that without
obvious, right?
wondering. Yeah. And then the second one was I think with you, we were on customs, and we was with two people. It was a four-man. One of
Oh,
our
me,
guys got
you,
killed.
Shreks died,
Okay, yeah, yeah,
and
it was
Phantom.
Shreks.
It was me, you, Shreks, and Phantom. Or did
Okay,
Shreks live
yeah.
and Phantom died? Do you remember that,
I
Shreks?
can't remember.
Which raid was that?
It was
It
me.
was
We
on
went to
customs,
customs. We were going to
the back of
go
dorms.
the back at dorms, yeah. And you
Yeah,
guys had started to run out by car, and dude was on the back side of the 3-story up on that balconies part, and he shot and killed one of you two, and then you guys ran back, and we were sitting in that wood line, and we ended up going to transit out at the shoreline transit. But while we
yeah.
were in that wood line with the windows to our right on 3-story, he was shooting at us through
All three of us.
windows, all 3 of
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
blindly, just shooting randomly as fuck. It was crazy.
No, I was
And
part
then
of that. I was in that raid.
yeah, as we're running away, he's also shooting the ground. Like he can see our bodies, so he's shooting the ground, but the hill was saving us because he couldn't hit
Yeah.
us. And then even when we're getting in the bus, there's still nades being
Yeah,
thrown
he's
like
throwing
over in
nades
our
at us.
direction.
Yeah.
It was like it was just crazy. But that I
Yeah.
think is another one where I can say that was definitely a hacker.
And then the guy
Yeah,
on
no,
Woods
I
that I
remember
got
that.
banned.
Yeah, yeah,
He's like, I know about all this stuff in your backpack. I know about all this item, this item, this item. Named everything I had. I think he even said what ammo I was rocking, like BT or something.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
reloaded
Because he
max.
told you he said that ammo you got ain't gonna do nothing to me or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
that's what it was.
he said
I had FMJ, 545 FMJ, and he was like, that ammo's not going to do anything. I got the SVT. You're going to lose this. And then he just killed me without me being able to see him at all. It was insane. But yeah, he got banned, so that was cool. But yeah,
so it's like there are definitely still hackers. They're just
yeah,
not as many blatant. Now I know some of the big streamers like Landmark, and they had some issues at the beginning of Wipe where they were getting followed by these guys, and it's like that's always going to happen because you have stream snipers and hackers that number one want to ruin the streamer's day, but number two, they're going to risk their accounts
high
just to make a
audience.
name for themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, they have a huge audience watching them and they know it, so they don't care. They're going to either just ruin their streamer's day or they're going to try to make a name for themselves by hopping in a raid that has three big streamers in it, and you know they're getting all the attention because they're chasing them around, they're killing them, and that's going to continue to happen. And it's like
good way
BSG
to
can
sell
ban it.
cheats.
Well, it's like BSG can ban it, but people like that are just going to buy a new account, buy new cheats, and just redo it over and over and
Yeah,
over because they're not losing anything. They're not playing the game to play. They're playing the game to get banned, knowing they're going to get banned. half those guys that that were chasing them around the beginning were called like
60 some counts to go, and
yeah, like knowing their accounts were going to
yeah,
get nuked every time they did it, and it's like,
yeah, it's
but that's not something the normal player really runs into much nowadays.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, as for things that because we got way off topic there, sorry. I had a feeling every time we bring up cheats, it turns into something more, even
Yeah,
if it's just like in passing, right? Um, but yeah, as for things that you would like to see BSG do, you guys pretty much went into all the stuff that was already mentioned. No inertia, no found in raid, no flea market restrictions, thick cases, marked rooms full of cases, all that stuff. So uh, it is something the quote unquote fun core end of hardcore wipe going into 1.0 maybe. Nikita's not confirmed what, but he has said that he is doing something or they are doing something along the lines of
yeah.
adding, removing inertia maybe and flea market and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what they end up doing, but it sounds like, we suffered through the hardcore wipe. They know we didn't like, well, they know people didn't like it. I enjoyed it. I know Shrex enjoyed it. I know a few other people that enjoyed it. Like there are people that are playing, obviously, but for the majority of it, it seems like a lot of people dislike the hardcore wipe. So they're doing something a little extra to let everybody have some fun before the last patch into 1.0.
I think it's just the fact also that it's the last patch before 1.0. It's the last time
Yeah,
that you're going to play the beta Tarkov. I think whether the hardcore wipe would have been successful or not, I think they were always going to do this because they do it for every wipe. Every wipe at the end, you get
you get all the
crazy
extra.
events.
Yeah,
Yeah. So of course the very last one is going to be kind of extra special. So I the people saying they're doing this to try to gain players back, no, they were
uh,
always going to do this. It's something they do every single wipe. It was always going to happen.
yeah.
Now, they may have done it a little earlier this time, which they haven't did it yet. They're just talking about it.
Well, and
But
understandably so. Like you said, this is the last one before.
yeah,
How cool
yeah,
would it
this is
be to
it.
have 2 months and some days of 100% all bosses on Shoreline again, or all bosses on
Yeah,
all maps? Like, fuck it, they can be there.
that's the thing.
There's no rule
Dude.
to
There's
that,
so many cool events that's one thing I
They
would love
could
to see.
bring back
All
the
these awesome
fucking.
events.
You know what? What if they? That's what I was going to say. What if they brought back like Koravad, or not even necessarily Koravad? That was the first one in my mind. But the Halloween one with Crazy Tagila
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Crazy fucking
yeah.
Zerachi. And then they
Zerachi,
could bring the Labyrinth Tequila, Labyrinth Killa upground and have him on
dude,
every
the
map and
cultists,
shit. They could do the cultist bosses, the priests.
yeah, yeah, the
That was
cultist
cool as
bosses. We
fuck.
haven't,
Oh, the
we've
Shrex, did
only
you do
seen
cultists.
that?
The
them.
cultists. I did not. I've seen the cult, but I was
Yeah,
not playing while they were a thing. It was when I know
Dude, that was cool.
named. I remember one of
we,
them was named Oni, but that's all I
yeah,
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. We got to see them one time. That's the only time we were. There's so many events like that were so
yeah.
cool. And like Zerachi doesn't get used for anything. Like he lays on a
I think
rock.
that's
Like
gonna
no one even gets
change.
to fight him. Yeah, it's like so use him for something. Like definitely.
I think with 1.0, I think that the cultist priests are going to play way more of a role. I think that's something we're going to see a lot more of, the just interacting with them and fighting with them potentially. And I think Zerachi's going to have more of a use because it feels really weird to have such a boss that's like really fucking cool, a really really neat character ability, I guess aspects to it, like character design to it is the word.
Yeah, he looks so
Um,
cool, and no one ever gets to see him.
well, and he's this stalker, he's this blind hunter, and he's got cultists that roll with him. Like that's a really cool roaming boss potentially, or at
Yeah.
least one that's on different maps and like takes sniper shots at you. Like, there's some potential there for a lot of different things. And then they've also pumped, the Chronicles of Rizzy and a bunch of other little teases and stuff about him. It's like there's
Well,
something there, and it just feels so underutilized because if you kill him before you complete the Lightkeeper tasks, you got to deal with a bunch of bullshit on that regard. And it's like, why make a boss that we have to kill that's so, such a tedious task to even fuck with? It
well,
just
and
feels
it's
weird.
since you mentioned
Feels weird.
that, it really makes me think like that is what I want to see. If they do anything, I want them to bring back all the old school events, like
Yeah,
as many as they can. Like the all the bosses on Shoreline,
that was
that
awesome.
was so fun. That
Well,
was
and think
so
about
fun.
it from
Like
Shrex's perspective. Somebody that's a newer player.
exactly, exactly.
There's
I never
events
got
that,
to experience that.
yeah, dude, the priests were awesome. The 100% boss spawn on Shoreline, or all bosses on Shoreline, that was so fucking
Well, here's
cool.
the thing. They've done all bosses on pretty much every map. So they have the capability already. They already have it all ready to go. So they can do that at any time. And it makes each map like so just different. It's fun. It's just complete chaos, but it's also just hilarious.
It is, yeah.
It's such a cool thing, and I know they can do it on majority of the map. So it's like, do it. Start switching them around. Like this map this week, this map next week. That way you don't have to change
Airstrike,
the core game.
have the
Yeah,
mortar
yeah.
strike going
There's so
on.
much.
You got to do mortar strike, right, Shreks? You definitely did that.
For the BTR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
Well,
the
the mortar
BTR
strike
personally.
event. No, the mortar strike event.
No, I just know that they
Oh
brought
man,
back
okay.
for the BTR.
We
So
did it
there
on
was,
PvE,
yeah, that's why I thought
I
you might
think.
have been here for it. But yeah, it was cool because there was just random mortar strikes going off all over the maps. It was
Oh,
insane. You had to
Jesus.
get like certain. The last task was like you got to be within the rumble, like within the strike zone, essentially, and you got to like get concussed by it, I think, or some shit. I don't know. It was weird. It was
Yeah,
weird,
you
but yeah, it
got
was a
the
really
eye.
cool.
It was
Dude,
called
there's
the eye.
I've only
yeah,
been playing since Christmas of 2024.
Okay, yeah. So that was
so
right
it's
when
been right.
Korvad started.
Yeah, Corvod was a pretty good event too.
Yeah, it was okay. Like
I didn't
I
get a
think
chance to do Korriban.
it was better on PvP from what I saw. I did it on PvE, and
yeah,
that
yeah, I
was
did too.
I think that's where I went wrong because it had potential to
We
be
breezed
really
through it.
interesting. Yeah, but it was way too
Yeah,
easy. I think on
we
PvP
breezed
it adds
through
a
it.
lot of stress and that extra bit of anxiety to it.
We had a 5-man and we just had no issue. So it was like,
Yeah,
you know,
we had a little bit of direction as for like setup and stuff like that too. So
yeah.
it was nice. Just it was nice to just get it done and get the achievements right. But
Yeah, yeah, it
yeah.
was.
But yeah, there's been a lot of really cool events. There was even this is a weird one. Probably some people would say the worst event they've ever done, but there was like they took away the traders and the flea market and shit. Or maybe they just took away the flea market and made us pay rubles into
Oh
getting it
yeah,
back. They like
yeah.
kidnapped the shit and we had
It
to
started
like we gave
unlocking as we
billions.
were.
Yeah.
Well, dude, look
It
at
wa
the zombie event. The zombie
The
event that was
zombie event
also
was
awesome.
awesome. Yeah, it went on too long, right? I think we all think it might have went on a little bit too long.
Yeah,
Um,
I've seen a lot of discourse around the zombie event.
I loved
Yeah,
it. I had a blast.
I've seen a lot of people that loved it and thought it was great. And on the
it was
opposite end
tough.
of the spectrum, I've seen a ton of people that absolutely hated it.
It was
Well,
hard. It was really hard. It really was.
it also randomly introduced those exploding barrels that nobody knew what the
Yeah,
fuck they were.
it introduced the new area on labs and the
The
exploding barrels.
AA-12.
Um, yeah, and the shotgun. Yeah, there was a lot of new stuff that came from that.
But
But
yeah,
yeah, like
they're
they're honestly, most of that stuff we just mentioned is all within the last few years. So
yeah,
if you think
that's
back to
relatively
even
new.
before that, man, there's so many cool events.
There was the arms race event. There was the
Well, even the other cultist event where cultists were just on every map. It's like they were
oh
on
yeah,
street, they were on shoreline, they were or there was on shoreline, they were on streets, they were
interchange
on
everywhere.
yeah, every map. And I remember on Lighthouse, we kept going up on the rocks. They were right there
Oh
by
my
the
god,
sunken
yeah.
village. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was like that was
Dude,
so
that was
cool.
fun.
Like,
Fun events.
yeah,
Yeah, imagine if they introduced like each day it wrote. Well, maybe that's too much, but like 100% boss spawn on every map and 100% cultist spawn with priests on every map. Like that would be
that'd be
insane. That
cool.
would be
That'd be cool.
insanely fun. It would be hard as hell. It would be funny. You know what I mean? Like I think it would be good content, and I think that would have, especially if they do some of the old changes and reverts, to some of the weird stuff. But whatever. I don't know. There's a lot they could do though. It's pretty limitless.
Yeah.
I mean, the game's been in beta for 9 years. If they just start pulling from source material and they're like, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. There was like Giant Zerachi a couple years ago for Halloween, and we had to like burn him down
Yeah.
and like start all these fires, and they were just like well
Yeah,
thought
then we
out
had this
events.
the blue flame scavs. You had all these
Oh
scavs that had like
yeah,
the blue aura around them, and like
yeah, they were
that
geek.
you could summon an ancient god that they were worshiping. You could summon them. They would come in and like give you like free stuff. But if you shot them, they were like crazy and they would kill everybody. It was
Yeah.
a weird event.
There was also the gas event, like
Yeah,
customs and all that stuff where that we had to wear gas masks in raid and things like that. Um, and then Santa Claus, as
yeah,
weird as it may be, what right? Most people don't look at it like an event, but it's an event, right? That's Santa Claus, dude.
yeah.
Fuck
Every
yeah.
year it's
I love
Christmas
Santa
event.
Scav. I love Santa Scav.
Yeah. Do you know
Yeah,
how many? I have typically pride myself on like I get max scav rep relatively quick. I haven't this wipe, but it's also not a big priority for me this wipe. Um, but like I pride myself on having high scav rep, and I'm like scav lives matter all the way through and through. But when Santa comes around, I can't help it for whatever fucking
You
reason.
always shoot
I
Santa.
kill him so many fucking times, dude. Oh, I hate it because I love the guy, and it's like, oh, sweet, he's got something for me, you know. And then I end up killing him. He like turns the corner, and he's like running at me. I think that's what it is. He just turns the corner, running at you, like he's waving at you and
Yeah,
shit.
you
It's
don't
just,
know. Like you don't expect like
yeah.
that movement sounds like okay, enemy approaching, and you instantly think shoot whatever this is, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's Santa, and then
Well, he's
you
a
get mixed up
dumbass. He
because some
doesn't
of the
say
scavs.
anything until he gets really, really close, and like
Well, and you have
sometimes
some
he
of the
doesn't talk at
scavs
all.
wearing the beards and wearing the hats, so it's like it throws you off because you don't know for
Yeah.
sure if it's Santa. And then you have so many PMCs that run around dressed as Santa to try to trick people, and it becomes hard to know who's who.
So I kill Santa constantly, and I like crush my scav rep every year, and then like my New Year's resolution is I'm getting my scav rep back up, you know.
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever killed Santa.
What about you, Shrex?
Oh, I've killed Santa plenty of times. I think he died by my hand at least 4 times last Christmas because
Oh
I
shit.
a the first couple I just had no idea who he was, and then
Fair.
a couple times he just spooked me and I shot him in the head.
Yeah, it's hard not to sometimes. It's really hard not to. Well, and then there's
I
the
think I
Dead Miraz
accidentally
one that
shot
you
him one
can
time.
kill. No, you got lucky. You thought you shot him. You killed Dead Miraz.
Oh, that's right. Or
You're
no,
like,
wait, you can
oh
kill Dead Mraz either, can you?
no, you can't you? I
No,
thought he was
no.
like the
I think
bad one or whatever.
he's a Russian Santa. That's just a Russian Santa.
Yeah, Dead
Okay,
Moros
you did
is Russian
accidentally
Santa.
kill one of them then.
Yeah, I knew. I think I did kill one of them.
Pretty sure you did.
Yeah, yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, when the Santa event comes around, they inhabit different maps. So like Santa's on some of the maps and Dead Moros is on
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
other maps.
But yeah, I didn't understand, but I looked into it, and it's just that's what Russia calls Santa
The
is
old
Dead
Jolly
Mraz.
Saint Nick. Got it. Fair enough.
So he does the same thing on no matter which one you see, they both will give you presents, and you lose massive rep, kill either one.
Okay. Shrex, you might not be able to attest to this, or at least, have a feeling towards this. But Adam, how do you feel about 1.0 will be out before the 9-year running Christmas patch for the next big update?
I'm surprised. I will definitely say I expected 1.0 to be the New Year's patch. I expected like that to be when 1.0 hit. The fact that we're getting it in November is kind of just throws me off because it's like, I mean, it'll work, I guess,
I think it
because
works.
yeah, they can still have an event because we've done that before where the wipe dropped on Christmas and we had the Christmas event right when it dropped. So the only thing I'm worried about is normally that time of the year is when we're doing our Halloween events slash winter start. So, but I don't know. Like, out of anything about it, I'm just surprised at the timing. I expected it like a month later. It's a little earlier than I thought.
Yeah, it feels weird. Um, it just feels weird, I think, is the only thing I can really say about it,
Yeah,
because I'm so used to it. It's like the Christmas patch, and then right after that, you get the Twitch drops and all, you know what I mean? It's just like
yeah,
it feels
because
like the
like
natural
that.
progression of what it should be, and for
Well,
1.0 to
it's been
just
like
come out
that
of
every
left
winter
field.
for
Yeah,
how long now? Like
like, at
at
least
least
8
like
or 7
five
years.
wipes.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, I was gonna say at least like
it's
5 or 6, 7.
well, yeah, you know what? Because some of the wipes were pretty randomly placed for the first couple years.
Yeah,
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 yeah, probably at least like 4 or 5 years now.
yeah. I think for
That's
sure
all,
4 or 5.
But yeah, it just feels weird. And then like this 1.0 thing comes out of nowhere, and it's like, yeah, I'm here a month and a half early, 2 months
Yeah,
almost. Um,
but it's almost cool because when 1.0 drops with all the new stuff that we're going to get, it gives us time to explore that before the actual event comes along. So it's like normally they drop the wipe, and it's like the big pull for everybody to come back is the event, is the drops, is the new stuff. Well, now you're getting the new stuff for like a month, and then you got the event to come in right after. So it's going to, I think it'll work out pretty well.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's a bad thing, right? I think it's
No,
just one of those it's just weird. It throws me off.
yeah,
And, like, Shrek,
yeah,
you've
the
only been
timing's
around for a wipe and a half, so you've probably only went through well, you've dealt with Santa, so one
Yeah.
Christmas wipe, I assume?
Yeah. That was last year.
Yeah, yeah, it's just like, you get used to something for so long, and you just kind of expect it to stay that way.
I will say this, I am very excited for 1.0. I've slowed down this wipe on playing, and for a long time, I've been sitting there, like, just trying to figure out why I didn't really feel like playing Tarkov, but I think it was the fact that since I started playing Tarkov, this is the first mini break I've ever taken, ever. And I think I needed it. Like, I really think I needed it. And subconsciously, I think I was just telling myself, "You gotta do it before 1.0 hits because 'cause you're gonna go crazy on 1.0."
Yeah,
So, I
yeah.
feel like this is probably the longest I've went without, like, playing Tarkov consistently, and I just when 1.0 hits, I just feel like everything will be back to normal. Like, I feel like I'll be able to just, like, go back to the want and the need to play Tarkov all over
Yeah,
again.
and finding that enjoyment again, because
Well, I
it
was
does
thinking about
happen.
it. I was thinking about the other day. I was like, I've never really taken a break, like not a real break from Tarkov,
Right, right.
like
There's always,
never.
like, end of
E-
wipe, you've already done everything, you'll go
Well,
play
I
DayZ
was
for a while or
getting
do something else for a while, but you always come
well,
back
it's
to
like
it.
I was getting close a couple years ago. I was getting close to taking that break, and then PVE came out. So it's like I just transferred to PVE,
Right.
and so yeah, I took a break from PvP, but I still was playing Tarkov. So it's like this is the first time I've actually just kind of stepped back from Tarkov altogether, and I just think I needed it.
Yeah, and I think it is a good thing, obviously, like, getting to that point of burnout, and then, like, if you were still feeling that way as 1.0 rolled around, sure, you would be
Yeah,
excited for it, and I have no doubts that you'd play for, like, the first week or few, maybe 2, 3 weeks even, but, like, you would still be kinda burnt, and you would still start to be like, "Eh, it's still Tarkov,"
yeah,
and then you might have fallen off then, so, yeah, it's better to do it now than later, and it's like,
yeah,
like we've said,
absolutely,
Tarkov's a revolving door game, so something that you can always drop in and come back to at any time, but once 1.0 hits, everybody buckle the fuck up and lock in, alright? No. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, for
even
real,
with
it's going to be
1.0
great.
though, like, I'm sure there's gonna be some repetitiveness to it still because it
Oh yeah,
is
absolutely.
still Tarkov, right? So it's like, even getting burnt then is not a bad thing, I don't think. It's just,
No,
find
no.
your enjoyment and stuff like that, and it is what it
Well,
is.
and my like I said, my main thing is just the years and years and years that I've played Tarkov. It that's why I think it. I needed a break, but if I would only been playing like 2 or 3 years, I don't think I would taken a break at all. But
Yeah, well, I mean,
the,
yeah, I've
it's been a
got
lot.
half
It's
the
been
amount
like
of time you
7 years.
do, and yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's been like 7 or 8 years. So
there's
actually, it's
still
been
that
been about
huge gap.
7 years.
I'm at like 4,500 hours now, but you're still at 8K. So it's like
Yeah,
there's still this
yeah,
massive gap of like time played. And while I can talk on, just like finding the enjoyment and stuff like that and like finding your reason to play and like, letting yourself have fun with it again, I can't really attest to, the longevity of playing for so long and then being like, well, what is there to do? Because even for me, like there's nothing new per se, but there's still new ways of finding old things, right?
yeah.
So,
Well, it's
but
just
for
it's
somebody
weird.
in
It's
that
the
other
first time.
situation, yeah,
Yeah, it's the first time I'd done that, and especially like last wipe when I got bored with PvP, I just switched over to PvE, and it's like this is the first time where I've actually just been like, okay, I'm not playing Tarkov today. Like I'm not even opening the game,
yeah,
and it's just the first time I've done that in a long time, and I just feel like I needed it, and if any time to do it, why not do it right before 1.0?
makes sense.
Don't get me wrong though, it's like I still have the urge to play, and I just feel like I'm telling myself, don't go all in because you're going to go all in as soon as 1.0 hits.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, you're not really missing anything by, taking a
No,
break and
everything
setting this one
I've
out.
done so many times.
Right. If anything,
or
you're missing
everything
out
there
on
is to
just
do.
more restrictions on doing those same things.
Well, it's like
Um,
that new event came out, and I looked into it, and I was like, I don't even think that's worth coming back for. You know what I mean? Like, if
no,
it
it
was going
really
to be the big
wasn't.
cultist event, I was going to come back.
Yeah,
But when I seen what it was, I was like, okay.
yeah,
I think that's all it is. I think I just needed a short break, like for real.
yeah.
Like needed to just
Well, I mean,
not
come
focus
back
on it.
before 1.0 hits, right? With the fun core stuff we're gonna get towards the end, and the potential event that leads us into 1.0. Like that would be a good time to come back and just enjoy
Yeah.
it, and then you're
Well,
back into the grind, right? Like,
and here's the thing, it's like I'm not completely quitting. Like I still been playing every now and then, like once a
right, right,
week.
right,
I've
right.
still been playing arena, like still been doing things, but just not daily, like it was for so long.
Yeah. No, yeah, I that's fair. Um, oh shit. Did you guys, Adam, you might not have heard of this. But did you guys hear about the issue with the USEC day off stuff? Like the outfit USEC day off?
No.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So you would load into your raid,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
But you get
yeah, I did hear. I
disconnected,
did
and
hear.
when you load
Yeah.
back into the
You'd be
raid,
invisible.
you're fucking invisible to some players. Like some could see,
Yeah,
some couldn't. And that is hilarious to me. The fact that you're wearing a fucking bright ass like purple or yellow Hawaiian shirt and camouflage shorts just running around like and you're invisible to people is funny. And it's also
yeah.
odd
The
that a clothing item breaks it that much like that, right?
Well, I was thinking
the
about
same
that.
thing would happen in arena too.
That's
Yeah, I seen it
awesome.
happen in arena too. One of the matches I was playing, there was a guy on my team who was invisible. Like we didn't know it because like you could see his name there, like on the
Right,
scoreboard and
but
stuff. But
you don't sit there and have all 5 people in
yeah,
front of you at
he
once.
wasn't killing us, so we weren't noticing it. But the other team's
Yeah.
like, someone's hacking, and they started calling his name out, and he's like, I'm not hacking. They're like, well, I swear I didn't see you, and you just saw me. And he's like, dude, I walked right up to you. You looked right at me. And then finally they figured it out. He's like, wait, you guys can't see me? And everyone's like, no. He's like,
What the
oh
fuck?
shit.
That's
But
wild. Yeah.
but it's like I wondered about that because if you remember about 2 wipes ago, we had that issue where if you got shot, for some people it was causing you to go invisible.
Oh,
Like you
yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
And I wonder if where that was a newer outfit, if it's something to do with the clothing and it's just like it hadn't been patched on that outfit yet because that was a newer item that just came out. So maybe it's something to do with all the clothing and it's something they've patched and that was just one that got missed. They just didn't patch it out or something.
Possible. Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah, that is crazy though. But yeah,
Yeah,
I can't remember who it was. I was watching somebody and they were showing clips of it. Also, if you do play PvE, you might want to look into playing EFT Arena because there was the ref and PvE synchronization. So the Battle Pass cosmetics, all those rewards and stuff, the XP sharing, the ruble grabbing, the GP coin farming, all that is available to PvE players now. So that's pretty cool.
that's
Being
cool.
able
Yeah.
to being able to just hop on, play some arcade shooter, 5v5 type stuff and get rewarded for it on your PvE account. That's awesome.
Well, and just making the game modes 1-to-1 because when we was playing PvE, there was no ref, and it was always
Right.
noticeable. Like you got no ref quests, you got another trader that PvP's got, but you don't get, and it's better when the game modes are 1-to-1.
Yeah, it is. For
I'm
sure.
running through a ref's quest line in PvE. I have 605 GP coins.
Damn. Well, if you
Nice.
remember,
Yeah.
some of the doors like you could only unlock with ref keys. It's like so in
Yep.
PvE, you couldn't even get them. You remember the one on Shoreline where you could actually, or it was on
Woods.
Woods. You
Yeah,
could kick the door
Barones or
open.
whatever. Yeah, they
Yeah, you could
patched
just
it
kick the door
though.
open. Yeah, yeah.
They shouldn't have because on PvE, that's like the one place it should be like
Well,
acceptable
it's
to
like
kick those fucking doors in. We can't have the goddamn keys.
at least now they can get the keys though.
Yeah, that's true. So you can benefit that loot from it too. And he's just a cool way to like he sells or he buys items for more than the other traders.
Yeah,
Um,
selling guns to him makes sense. Like
yeah.
I started
If
selling
you
them to him as soon as I opened it.
yeah, if you're not sweating the rep
Actually,
and or the money spent towards
actually,
leveling,
he buys things for the same amount as me.
I thought there
What
was
was
stuff
it?
he bought for more.
No, he pays more
Um,
on PvP. He pays more for guns, like way more,
um, so
unless that was just a bug.
Yeah, right now I have it pulled up. An M700. Mechanic buys it for 81K. Ref buys it for the exact same amount prices.
That's on what, PvP or PvE?
I'm on PvE, but
Okay, maybe it's different on PvP.
It might be
it might
different
be.
based off the market currently with the changes.
I know just a couple days ago I was selling stuff to him because he was paying way more.
Well, there were a bunch of fixes they just did yesterday and the day before, so they may have swapped some stuff around to where it's
Well,
balanced like it should be now. So who knows?
I was gonna say, here's the other thing. They've been messing with the prices for all the traders.
Right.
Like you said, they balance some of that out. So it's possible that Ref just didn't get affected. And that's why at the first when you unlocked him, maybe he was paying so much more because he hadn't been tuned. But yeah, I know that I started looking and I could get like 10 to 20K more off Ref than anyone.
Yeah, that sounds about right. The last thing that I have, at least from Twitter, that I was going to bring up and talk about, was not too relative. I guess it's for the Japan game show, but it also kind of mentions or brings up. Holy shit! It's for the Japan game show, but it also kind of calls to question like what they're going to have at PAX. But like this is some of the merch stuff that they're bringing for the Japan game show. So if anybody from Japan watches or going over there for this, there's some really sick items. I just
Now,
want to
when you
highlight
say
a couple
Japan
things.
Japan Game Show, what is that?
I don't remember. It's like G Star, I think. G Star Japan or G Star Japan, something like that.
Is it like a convention?
It's the Tokyo Game Show. That's what it is. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a massive
Okay.
convention. They do it every year. BSG's been
Oh,
there the last couple.
when
They
you were saying
do.
Japan Game Show, I was thinking like some game show in Japan that like BSG was guest on or something. I
No,
couldn't
no,
figure out
no.
what
It's
you
like a
meant.
big ass convention. But yeah, they've got uh stickers, hats, t-shirts, all that stuff. But they have like a Kilo kimono as well as a Cultist kimono. And then they have a fucking Sanitar female chibi mouse pad. And then they have a Sturman female chibi body pillow. And I need all of those. They have some really cool posters, like Japanese looking posters. They're really cool. There's a Killa, a Tagila, and a Zerachi. And there it is again. Like there's more focus on Zerachi, right? Like of all the bosses they could choose, they choose Zerachi. Why? You know? But anyways, the really cool thing, and I don't know what this is on yet. Probably one of the shirts, maybe a specific kimono, because during these conventions they host events like to win things. So maybe this is something that if you're top 5 in arena, you get one of these or something. I don't fucking know. But this looks cool as shit. This is the Tagila one, and on the other side is Killa, and it just looks fucking
Yeah.
awesome. No idea
Looks
what
like a
it's actually
patch or
on.
something.
Yeah, it looks like either a patch or like a hand stitched onto maybe like a bag or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
But it looks gnarly and I want it. I want it really
yeah.
bad. Like it's obviously one solid thing.
Yeah, you can tell.
But yeah, it's so cool. Um but yeah, that I think is everything that I have. Is there anything either one of you guys want to add or mention or talk about?
Shrexkin said he had a big long outro he wanted to do.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh.
Fire it off.
Well,
No, I'm
if
just
this,
kidding.
I mean, I can do it if you guys
No,
want.
I just want to put you on the spot.
There is one last thing actually. I lied. I'm sorry. So when the update happened, taking us to 16.9, the patch we're currently in, Arena got broken as fuck. And you
Yes,
were
it
able to
did.
go into
Oh
Arena
yeah.
and within a couple matches you could have elite skills, which is insane. I mean, the skill leveling was through the roof. I didn't take too much of an advantage of it. I did, obviously abuse it a little bit, but like I didn't max everything. We just kind of played a handful of matches and then went back to base game and didn't like we just looked and we're like, oh shit, we leveled a bunch, So it wasn't like we have to max our skills out or anything, though it was an option. But yeah, so it's kind of brought the question around almost the demand around that BSG gives everyone max skills. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's what they should do? Or do you think they should try
Yeah,
to like revert everybody else?
no, give max skills. That's the only way to do it. You can't revert it right now because I just think it's impossible to know what people should actually have
Right.
because it's just like people who were playing legit were still gaining extra. So it's like, how are you gonna? It's just impossible. So give
Max
everybody
it out.
max. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
makes the
agree
most
too.
sense.
I think if they're planning on doing like an all-out, no holds barred event
Yeah,
where just
exactly.
crazy shit happens, it's like just give everyone max skills for that. Let them run around like, crazy people for the last 2 weeks before 1.0 and just have a good time
It,
finally being able to experience all of the elite perks that you get.
yeah,
Yeah.
it kills three birds with one stone. It evens out the ones who cheesed it and got max everything, the people that shouldn't have it. It evens those people out. Number two, it actually goes with wanting to give people some fun, let people have some cool stuff. And then number three, it gives them the ability to test what it looks like when everybody actually does have max things, because you're gonna have max skills when 1.0 hits and you're not wiping as much. Like you're gonna have a lot more people develop max everything. So I think it's a no brainer. Like definitely do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about it too. But yeah, that was that was it. That was everything I had.
Yeah, I'm all
Uh
there. I don't have anything else.
All right, awesome. Just a quick heads up, I'll be heading out to PAX West to meet BSG. If you guys have any questions you'd like to ask them, comment it below. I'll pick the top few, and the best ones will get featured in an upcoming video that we put together after PAX. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like the vid and comment below. If you want to stay tuned in with everything we've got going on, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subs, so it helps us out a lot. I'd like to say thanks to our subscribers and a special thanks to our channel members. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider becoming a member below. We'll catch you next week. See ya.
Deuces.